Somewhere tonight, a Nigerian abroad is checking their bank app, smiling because they think they own that land back home in Nigeria, back home in Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt. You actually don't own that land. The plot you've been paying for several years now is definitely not yours. And the reason being that same plot has been sold to several people, including you, but you just don't know it yet. I want to make this guarantee. At the end of this episode, you would know exactly whether you are that person, and I hope it's never going to be you.
First, be reputable.
Okay.
Then be consistent too.
Okay. Does it have anything to do with like beautiful, fair girls on Instagram talking about your brand? Does that help with trust?
In sales, everything works.
Whoa, really?
Everything works. Some guys will not buy from their fellow guy. They will prefer to buy from a lady. A man came in. He wanted to buy a property. He immediately entered. He saw all the ladies and he saw me standing in one corner. I was like, Oga, just come. I don't want to talk to these girls. Wow. I came to buy one house. I don't want to buy two. Wow. It was funny. So he ended up talking to me rather than the ladies because he just felt probably if he gets engaged with them, it might lead to something else. I don't.
It's such a wonderful moment to have Mr. Paul Oboh in the studio today. My name is Oboh Joseph, and you're welcome to Afrivantage Real Estate Podcast. Afrivantage Real Estate Podcast is simply a podcast that seeks to highlight the major issues that different players in the real estate space face. We try to see how we can go to the root of issues and to just have conversations and to bring this education to you almost free of charge. So you're very welcome. Join us till the end of today's session. I can tell you that you would have some information that you will hear something you've never heard before in this podcast. So just sit back, relax, and listen. So you're very welcome. Should I just say Paul instead of us saying Mr. Paul?
Yes, Paul. Paul is better. Paul is better.
Wow, it's such a pleasure to have you. Yeah.
Thank
so
you,
we'll just dive right in. Okay. I would like you to just let us know much more about yourself. You can give us the history, like how did you get into real estate and what was the journey like and where are you right now?
Okay, my name is Paul Oboh, just the way you introduced me. I'm the team lead of Truth Construction.
Truth Construction.
I'm not the CEO. I call myself team lead.
Team lead, but yes. Is there a CEO? Or you are being humble?
God is the CEO. Okay. I'm just a team lead, the one that, God gives all the direction, I just follow.
Wow.
So that's why I say I'm the team lead. So I got into real estate more than a decade ago.
Wow.
Then I was still an undergraduate. Then a real estate company just started their project.
Okay.
They were looking for a way to make sales by all means.
Wow. By all means.
By all means. When you start, you'll be that desperate to get this done.
Yeah.
So they were like, they just shared their flyers to anyone they could meet at that point. That if you have someone that can buy our property.
Yes.
I was like, yeah, I know a whole lot of people. Where I go to, the gym I used to go to back then, I was like, I know a lot of people that come there and I feel they can buy a property. So let me just help. That's how I kicked off my journey. Then I can actually tell you that same company is actually one of the biggest real estate companies in Abuja right now.
Wow.
So it's just years of dedication.
Wow.
Yeah. That
means the company that started out looking desperate, they are now one of the biggest right now. Wow, that's really amazing. So can you give us like what is your average day like, and also which aspects of real estate are you majorly into? Are you in the brokerage? Are you in the development? Are you in this like can you give us like a feel?
Okay, for now development.
Okay.
For now development.
So you guys are into construction?
Yes, construction. Full-time construction.
Wow.
That's what we do.
Wow.
Real estate is actually a process. You can start as a brokerage.
Yes.
Then when you gain your experience,
okay,
then you feel you're good enough, then you move into construction.
Okay.
Yes.
But which is easier in your opinion? Which is easier to do?
Brokerage.
So what is different from, if brokerage is easy, then why do people have to aspire towards construction? Is construction more profitable in that sense?
That's the fact. Construction is actually more profitable compared to brokerage. Reason being that the profit in sales.
Yes.
After you do your finances, you just realize that you make more profit when you sell than getting commission from brokerage. Most times when you're a broker, the deal is not yours or the land is not yours.
Yes.
What you're doing is to broker the deal, right?
Yes.
Then and get your commission. So there's less finance. Probably you get 10% commission compared to those that are getting probably 50 to 40% profit.
Is that profit margin possible in real estate? 50%?
Sometimes 100.
Are you for real?
Yeah, sometimes 100. It all depends on the deal and the location also.
Okay.
Sometimes 100 or even more.
Because the way you are saying even more than 100%.
And even more.
Wow,
sometimes.
That's interesting.
Sometimes.
That's really interesting because, you know, the thinking used to be more like if you're like a broker, if you can do a lot of numbers, then you can still be in the game at least somehow.
That works, but there's nothing compared to being a developer.
Oh, really?
Yes. When you develop buildings, when you construct building, you make more profit. That's just a fact.
Okay, can you run us through how profit is made, like really, as a broker, as a real estate developer, like what are the steps? I know that this is like you are giving out the secrets, but just tell us a little. You may not share everything, but just give us like a feel. Okay,
this is how it works. First, you get your land.
Yes.
After you get your land, you get government. Once that is done, which might take some finance from you or some money from you. Once that is done, you move to site.
Okay.
Then you start your construction. But before doing all this, you've already done your finances. Okay. You already know this is what it's going to cost you.
Okay.
You know, sometimes in construction, due to
inflation
and force majeure, a lot can actually change in the process. But you already know based on your budget that this is what you're going to spend.
Okay.
And at that point, so you decide, is this good enough for me to start? Okay. Or I should just move away from this project? So once you do all that and you just know, this is doable, let's move.
Okay.
Then you move. Once you've done your construction, you put it in. Even during construction, you can actually do your sales.
You can start selling.
Yes, before the construction, which is called off sales.
Okay.
So that means you have your off-takers who probably bring in funds and make it easier for you. But at that point, you already know that this will be your margin when you're done with construction.
Okay.
So that's how you make your profit.
Oh, wow. That's really interesting. But on the flip side, like, have you ever been involved in a deal that went bad?
Definitely.
Can you give us a feel of how that works and what your reaction was or what the impact was to you?
Usually.
Yes.
Where I was working, we don't buy land. What we do was JV, which is joint venture.
Yes.
So we are the developers and we have the landowners.
Okay.
So we come together into an agreement, sometimes 40-60, sometimes 50-50. That's just the 50-50. That's just the margin for profit.
That means for that JV now, like the developer builds and gives out houses in the land.
Yes. Okay, it's more like an agreement. Sometimes the agreement might be to share profit.
Okay.
Sometimes it's just for you to give the landowner some unit of houses.
Okay.
So he or she knows what they want to do with it.
Okay.
So they have a choice.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So back to the question on a deal gone wrong.
Okay. So we made a move and we bought a land.
Instead of the usual JV. Yeah.
So during construction, we realized that we're not going to make profit from this project.
Wow.
Yes. Despite all, despite the finance, despite doing our financials,
yes,
we realized that we're not going to make profits during the project, not before the project, due to how sales was at that point.
Okay.
We just have to keep bringing down the sales.
Bringing down the price.
The price, rather.
Wow.
So at that point, we realized that this is not going to work, probably due to economic reality. People were not buying. And we needed to sell because of where we got our funds from for construction. Wow. You must sell to recoup. To recoup and give back the funds to the bank. So that was where the major issue was at that point.
Wow. So how were you guys able to come out of it?
It got to a certain point we had to stop the project. Reason being that we're giving it time. And at that point, the clients were also on our neck. They were like,
you need to deliver.
Why haven't you guys delivered our project, our houses? You said 2 years. This is 3 years. This is 4 years.
Wow.
So it took a lot. It took a lot.
Wow.
So at a point, something interesting happened one morning. It was on a Saturday morning. I was on site with a client that was interested in that specific project. So immediately I got into the office. The client came in. We stepped out. So from a distance, I saw a military truck entering. I was like, what are these guys doing here? And this happens to be one of the biggest real estate company in Abuja at that point. So fact is, they might delay your project, but they will deliver.
Okay.
So most people can't stand that delay, especially when you already have plans.
Yes.
You know that, okay, at this point or this year or this month, I'm supposed to move into my house. You don't have to renew your rent.
Yeah.
So that takes a lot. So I was like, what are these guys doing here? So I stood with my client in a distance. I was looking at them.
You didn't go close
at all. Then I called the office assistant. I was like, what is going on? Because on a Saturday, the place was actually empty. There was no one in the office. What was going on? He now told me that they're looking for so and so to know why they have not delivered their houses yet. I said, okay, just tell them there's no one around.
Yeah. But why would somebody come with a truck full of soldiers to come and ask that kind of question?
People, right? At a point, you feel they're making a fool out of you.
Yeah.
But that's not the case. Okay. It's just the feeling that, why am I not getting my house? Like, these guys, they keep promising me next year, next month. And when it gets to next year, there's no house. So sometimes you just feel like there's something not right here. Yeah. So let me sort this out. Different people think differently and act differently. True. So for that person, he felt that was the best approach.
Yeah. So was the person able to get...
Yes.
People now miraculously...
Not miraculously. The house was available.
Okay.
Just that it wasn't ready yet to be delivered. Real estate is all about the economy. Yeah. Once the economy is good, people will buy. People need their houses. People want houses. But when people don't have the money to buy, there's nothing you can do about it. So when you're getting money from the bank doesn't want to know how you do your stuff. All they need is their money when it's time.
Banks. I mean, I don't know, but I feel like commercial banks, they look at real estate transaction with a lot of skepticism. They're like, are these people really sure? Although it's still a fixed asset.
Yeah.
But sometimes it might not be easy to just quickly dispose of it and be able to recoup that money. The question I wanted to ask you, in terms of demand and supply, do you think there is more supply now or there is more demand in the market, basically?
I actually have mixed feelings about that question. Okay, let me look at it from this perspective.
Yeah, because I'm seeing a lot of projects everywhere. Like there's nowhere you turn to in Abuja now that you are not seeing people are doing so. There are signboards everywhere, even on top of Dawaki Hills, for example. See Katampi Extension. You see a lot of activity going on.
For now, I would say there's more supply.
There is more supply.
There's more supply than demand.
Okay.
Some days back, I was on Instagram. I saw a guy. He claimed he served with FCDA.
Yes.
That there are about 450,000 empty houses in Abuja, though not verified. That's what he claimed. That so why do we have this amount of houses when people are looking for houses?
Yeah.
So that alone tells you that there is more supply than demand.
Wow.
Exactly.
Wow. So because I'm thinking like rentals now, for example.
Yes.
In this whole Dawaki area, if you have maybe a 2-bedroom or a 3-bedroom, once you put it in the market, it doesn't take time, it's gone. But I know that in terms of having to sell real estate plots, people should come and buy maybe already made houses.
It's a different ballgame.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the rental market and this other market, maybe the market that deals with finished houses or maybe plots and all of that, I think there might be a difference, in how that really works.
Yes. I think there's more supply for there's more demand for rental compared to sales.
Okay. So anybody who has properties open for rental, may not have a hard time having
at all. We have lots of people looking for houses, moving every single day.
Wow.
Moving everywhere actually. Not.
Wow.
I think there was a time my landlord back then, she was increasing my rent every year, and I got angry at the point. I was like, "Madam, what's happening? Why? There's no year you don't increase this rent. What is going on? I don't understand." She now said, "If you want to move out. But I promise you that in a week, someone will come and pay times 2 of what you're paying."
Wow.
I was like,
Wow.
"Madam,"
and it's actually true.
That's the fact.
Yeah,
that's the
it's
fact.
actually true.
Because at that point, I checked around my neighborhood. I realized that
the price has jacked up already.
like it was so high.
Wow.
Almost times 2 of what I was paying at that point. So I had to calm down, and I became a friend. I became a friend. I didn't have a choice.
Wow.
Because I'm like, this is crazy.
That's really, really, really amazing. Yes. That's really amazing.
There was actually a time my boss bought a house in Guarimpa. So I took an agent there. So we're discussing with the agent. We're like, okay, because there was a lady in the house, staying in the house already. Yes. So we asked her, how much are you paying for rent? She said she was paying 1.5 million. It was actually a 3-bedroom flat. We're like, okay, continue staying till your rent expires, then you move out. There's a new owner now. She was like, okay, no problem, that she'll move out. Then we now asked an agent, like, how much do you think we can rent
this place?
The agent was like 4 million naira. That will get someone that will pay 4 million naira.
Wow.
Immediately the lady moves out. I was like, okay.
Did she eventually move out?
Yes, she did. She did because she couldn't afford the new rent actually. Wow. So she was like, she will have to move out.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this whole, let's just stay on this whole agency aspect here before we dive into other areas. Because somehow I feel like agents play a very huge role in determining the value of rental. I feel they are the ones that even play with the market, in my opinion.
That's the fact. Because most landlords are not actually interested in all that. They don't know much.
Yeah.
They don't know much. Their responsibility is just to make sure they get their rent.
Yes.
So the agent are the ones that have the knowledge of every area.
Yeah.
They know how much a property is worth.
Yes.
And then, sometimes...
Is it that they know how much is worth, or they are fixed? Is it like price fixing? You know how these things work? That somebody say, this thing we can put it at 5 million.
And somebody
will say, somebody can pay 7 now. Okay, now let's try whether somebody can pay 7.
Right?
Then they now start peddling.
That's actually the way. It's more like try and error. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But agents are actually very, very powerful, and I don't underestimate them because they sell ideas. In my presence, so many times I've heard agents telling the landlord what to do. I'll be like, okay, so these guys have this power to do this or no. So I think agents are not to be underestimated in the game.
Sincerely, and it's because I was asking someone. I said, would he speak for landlords or would he speak for tenants? He now said no, that he cannot speak for tenants, that he can only speak for landlords. That prices are going up. A lot of things are affecting. If you had rented a place 1.5 last year, and you now go to the market, things are already double what they cost. Why would you still keep that rental property at that same price? Mm-hmm. That the pricing has to always move with the way the market is moving, and that there's nothing around sentiment. If you cannot afford maybe a 4-bedroom, a 3-bedroom, maybe duplex or bungalow, maybe in a prime location, why not? You can keep going further and further backward, where your money. But I'm just like, maybe this is where the government really comes in to now say, okay, we want to make housing affordable for all, and we are coming up with different ideas. But even all of those ideas, it still looks like affordable housing is like almost not attainable. Yeah, the way I'm looking at Abuja, and I'm like, affordable housing. Really,
when you look at the prices of raw materials, you just realize that it's not attainable at all. Right now, there's a project going on by the federal government called the Renewed Hope.
Yes.
Renewed Home. I think it's around the Krasana
area. Yes.
So you would think the houses are supposed to be cheap because it's coming from the government, but it's not. I've been there like twice.
Wow.
I think I've forgotten the price, but I just knew this wasn't. Wow. Although the progress is actually moving very fast.
The project is moving fast, but the price is not.
The price is not just
somebody who is earning minimum wage now cannot be thinking of.
Don't just think about it. It's not for you. That's just the fact. For those earning minimum wage, it's not for them. It's for those between the mid-level income and high level based on the house type there. Even the lowest house type is not something someone earning minimum wage should think of at all.
Wow.
Yes.
So this whole mortgage, does mortgage really work in your?
It does.
Are you
It
for
does.
real?
It does.
Because I've had cause to speak with some people who have tried to assess mortgage and all that. It's like maybe they'll say, you don't qualify.
Yeah, that's the issue with mortgage, like the National Housing Fund, which is a
Yes.
mortgage scheme by the federal government to
Yes.
provide mortgage facilities for Nigerians,
Yes.
not just for government workers, but for Nigerians as a whole. The problem with assessing mortgage is the process.
Okay.
The bureaucracy is just too much. It takes so long. So much.
Yeah.
I'm actually someone who is experienced in that aspect also, because I've worked.
Mortgage, wow.
I've worked with a lot of clients. I have my contact at FMBN.
Okay.
But sometimes it's just so crazy. But I know someone that was earning about 700,000 naira back then.
Month.
Yes, so you expect that with that amount, it should be easy for the person to assess mortgage. It took that person like 3 to 4 years.
3 to 4 years.
So finally, the money came out. When the money came out, the prices of houses
had already
skyrocketed. So it was a problem. At the point, it became useless to the person. It was like, what am I going to do with this? When I needed the money, it wasn't there. So those are the issues with mortgage.
So that means the government needs to see how maybe some of these processes can be simplified.
That's the
and
fact.
Maybe cutting the time down.
Yes.
In a way that at least it's easy for people. So I would just want to go back to your story. Like, I know you entered into the real estate space through like the brokerage as a realtor and all that. When did you know it was time for you to transition into property development?
When I knew I was experienced enough.
When you knew you were experienced enough.
I've paid my dues. I've been here for more than a decade.
Yeah.
So don't you think you've got this? Interestingly, I had the confidence. I was like, I was very close to my boss.
Okay.
So she was like, Paul, what do you think about this and this? Whenever there's any opportunity, she tells me that, okay, there's an opportunity to establishment. Are you ready? Back then, I was like, I'm not yet ready. When I'm ready, I will let you know.
Wow.
You know, when I was ready, I approached her. I was like, it's time. I've gotten all what I need. I've gotten my connects. I've gotten the experience. So I know what to do.
Okay.
She gave me her blessings. And since then, I've been on my own now.
There are two words that you mentioned. You mentioned experience.
Yes.
And you mentioned connect, which is, out of those two things, I know that they are equally important, but which would you go for? Which one is number one for you?
Connection. For you to sell,
you didn't even mention experience.
For you to sell, you actually need the connection, because real estate is all about sales.
Yeah.
if you're constructing houses anywhere and you're not selling, it doesn't make sense.
Wow.
So it's the sales that, that defines real estate. So once you have the connection, you're good to go. Even if once you're not experienced, you're good to go.
Even without experience, if you have connection, you're good
to go.
Wow.
Yes.
So that means people should really prioritize building connection. There's this thing I used to say. I was like, because having gone through our university system and all that, you go to school, you come out, you are looking for a job. And one day I was just thinking to myself, and I was like, because I studied law, I'm like, even for that people that studied other things, why don't we collapse the time? If you are doing like a 4-year course, use 2 years to do all the academic things. Use the other 2 years to learn connecting. Because I've come to realize that the opportunities are not so much for everybody. Mm-hmm. So it's usually those people that have one level of connect or the other, like where somebody is taking one step, they take 20
exactly
because of connection. And nobody teaches anybody how to really go about connecting. So I just want to know, like, what is your connection playbook? What are the things that you do? Maybe like your 3-step formula to be able to get connected on a deal or on a transaction.
Fact is, when I was still working with the organization I told you about,
yes,
you have access to lots of contact.
Okay.
So most times when there's a new project, they'll tell you, okay, call these numbers and tell them there's a new project. So you call and introduce yourself.
Yeah.
So those people, they are actually investors. They get familiar with you.
Okay.
So over time, it's you that will be calling when there's anything
Yeah.
about that organization because they know you work there now.
Yes.
So that's how you get that connection. You get to work with them.
Okay.
And fact is that once there's that trust,
Yeah.
they tend to connect you to more people.
Okay. Okay.
So
I
the
get it
tree
now.
keeps growing.
I get
Keeps
it.
growing. The connection
get
keeps
it.
growing. Most times when you have a friend and there's a project on ground, you'll be like, guy, I'm trying to key into this project too.
Yeah.
And it's actually very affordable. Are you interested? The friend will be like, yeah, good one, let's go. So from there, you just keep meeting people and you keep progressing from there.
Wow. So that means that connection does not fall from heaven.
At all. At all. At all. At all. And
Because-
it comes in different ways also.
The God factor can be involved in the connection
Exactly.
process. But
Exactly.
if somebody is I'm just imagining somebody in a room right now praying for, oh God, oh Lord, connect me. Oh Lord, connect me. And you don't leave that room. For some people, the people have shared testimonies of how they did not even do anything at all.
It happens that way too.
And something just happened.
Yeah, it happens that way
But
too.
maybe from a pragmatic view, it might just be better off to say, okay, I know that wealth does not come from north or south, it comes from God.
Yeah.
But I'm going to look for a place where I can render service, and in that place of service, begin to build, connection and all of that. So connection is important. Don't just say, I'm a quantity surveyor, I went to university, or I'm a lawyer, I did this, I did that, or I have this degree, I know how to talk very well, and you are not investing in, personal development. You are not putting yourself out there in places where people can really engage with you. So I think for the sector, real estate sector, that's like really is something that is really important for people to really learn. Then I'm wondering, like, I know you've been involved in a lot of projects, like different projects. Which projects would you say you are most proud of, like that you've been part of? Something that you really saw, like started small. And
Yeah. Okay, there's this specific one around the Lifecam axis. When that project kicked off, then the place was inside the jungle. Let me put it that way.
Wow, not even bush.
Not
jungle.
even bush jungle. At the point, right, when we were taking clients there, they get to a certain point, you will turn and look around, the clients have reversed. They have gone back. They'll be like, are you trying to sell me? Or where are you taking me to?
Wow.
So it was terrible at that point because there was another developer on that axis close to the road.
Yes.
So basically, we're just giving the developers clients. When we are going to our site, they'll be like, if there's someone somewhere very close here,
by.
so why am I going far?
Inside, yeah.
So some people actually follow us due to the fact that they know us and they know what we are capable of, opening up new areas.
Yeah.
So at that point, it was really crazy at first.
Yes.
But later, when the road was done, the project kicked off and the houses came to life.
Yes.
Right now, if you go to that area, you will not believe what it is.
You may not even get a property there anymore.
Like
sold out.
sold out everywhere. It's sold out right now. So it's something I'm actually very, very proud of because I saw the beginning.
Yeah.
I saw how it started.
Wow.
I went through the dust. Right now the place is looking so beautiful. So whenever I'm around there, I'll be like, okay, this is good. This is good.
Wow.
Yes.
In fact, you saying you went through the dust. The thing is that some people don't want to go through that dust. They just want to blow.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how easy is it to blow without the work in real estate?
It's so difficult unless you're coming in with a lot of connection and a lot of money.
That means connection can cut down,
Can
remove dust from you.
a whole lot of stuff. Like if you've noticed in Abuja, for every government, there's a certain developer that just pops up.
Okay.
Yeah, just pops up. In this government, we have like 2 or 3 that are everywhere right now. Billboards everywhere. Because they are connected.
Yeah.
Like what they say, you socket to the center. So somehow they have done that. So they're getting lots of projects all over the place. So that works actually. Once you're well connected, you move 2 steps and you're far gone compared to others.
So it just means that dust is important so that you can learn the rudiments of the sector.
Exactly.
You have to go through the go-through. But if you really want to travel far, you need to really sit down and determine, this connection, like where is this connection coming from? Who can I connect with?
Yes.
So that leads me to another question. And this is more of like a reality check in the sector.
Yes.
You know, people say things like, "Oh, property in Abuja is overpriced." Before you go, you go somewhere, they'll say this property 200 million, 400 million. Like there was this property somebody wanted to trade off in somewhere in Gwarimpa. One of these houses along is it First Avenue? I can't recall the avenue now.
Okay.
And the asking on that property was almost about 450 million, a 5-bedroom duplex with a BQ. And I was just wondering, like, with somebody
Who is going to buy this?
but all of a sudden, like
Someone came
in less than 2 weeks,
Yes.
some quantity surveyors just brought some guys that, in fact, the person who purchased, we don't even know the person, but it was just like a quick deal.
Yeah.
And the house is sold though. What of the one closed because it was a twin? What was the next one? The same guy that bought that one also bought the other.
Okay.
So are houses overpriced in Abuja? Do you think the houses are really too, because yeah. Are people making too much profit?
No, it all depends actually. It all depends actually. In some deals you make lots of profit.
Yeah.
In other deals it might just be little. So
Yeah.
it all depends. Then to your question, if houses are overpriced, I'll say yes actually. Yes. About for me it's all about location actually.
Okay.
If you are looking at getting houses in specific areas,
Yes.
you should expect that those houses will be very, very expensive.
Okay.
If you're buying in Gwarimpa, buying around the city center, Kanape Extension, Maitama, and Asokoro, you know what to expect. And you know if you're not boxed up, it's not something you should look up
Don't
to.
even be thinking
So
of.
it's
Let your
best
mind not wander to those.
at all. So it's best you just look at the outskirts,
Yeah.
like a lot of people are actually doing right now,
Yeah.
where you get more affordable houses compared to the city center. So I believe houses are actually overpriced, but it has to do with lots of factors, which includes location.
Okay.
Yes.
Like in terms of investment now, like, you know, a lot of, I see that because of course I live on this whole Dawaki axis.
Yes.
When you're driving from maybe from Asokoro on the express,
Yes.
when you look towards the right, from this Katampi extension, you begin to see a lot of, when you even look far on top of the hill, you think that people cannot build house on top of rock now, but these days it's like everywhere, they are marking everywhere for construction projects. So based on the market in Abuja now, like where should people really be putting their funds?
Number one, I'll look at it from two perspectives: affordable and probably the big boys area. Like my friend would say, this area is for new money. Basically, like
please let me know the new money areas. Maybe
Katampe extension.
Okay.
Gozape.
Wait, this Katampe extension, is it different from Dawaki? Because there are some parts that is Dawaki, but they call it Katampe. So I really don't know.
Okay, they're actually very, very close.
Okay. So they are using Katampe to sell Dawaki.
Dawaki due to location. They actually, I think there's.
But it's not fair now because
there's no boundary between Katampe and Dawaki. So a lot of people just take that advantage and say, okay, this is Katampe, or they'll tell you, okay, this is Dawaki, but it's close to Katampe to make you feel you are among the 1% of the 1%. So that's the problem right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So you were trying to give us like where we should put our money at the moment.
Number one, Katampe extension. Okay. Number two, Gozape.
Is it Gozape 2?
Gozape 1 and 2.
Okay. Are there still plots in Gozape 1?
Yes, but it has to do with
maybe people who are reselling.
Not estate lands, but secondary market.
Okay.
Those are the reselling. Okay. Then there's Karasana also. Okay. A lot of people are actually looking forward to Karasana because it's just opening up.
Yeah, and the road. I learned that there's going to be like a massive
road. A massive road is going to be there. So Karasana is also somewhere. Then for the affordable, we are looking at Piakasa.
Okay.
That's along the airport axis.
Yes.
We are looking at Apo Waru. Yes, due to the road.
Yes,
right now
is doing a lot of work
massive road
to
Apo Waru. Yeah. Then where else again? For affordable, along the airport road, we have lots of area. There's Hutu.
I can't. When you say Hutu, I'm thinking of is it this Femfel? I know that there's one developer that is.
We have lots of developers there right now. We have IBEN.
Okay.
They have a massive project going on there. We have I call them M-Shell, but they say it's Michelle.
Michelle, okay.
So I call them M-Shell. They have this Hutu exclusive going on there.
Yes.
So that area is actually booming right now. So those are the areas.
Those are affordable.
Yes, affordable.
Okay.
Affordable.
Okay.
For now.
Okay. So, one thing that has really affected the real estate market, especially when you're looking at issues from like a diaspora perspective.
Yes.
I've had calls of maybe some colleagues or friends who were abroad who tried to, some of them actually, or one or two of them that I know, they didn't follow the normal real estate process.
Okay.
Sometimes, that, okay, the realtors are there, the professionals are there, but you are focused more on the land that you want to buy from the angle of, I don't want to pay a lawyer. I don't want to pay agency. I don't want to do some certain
That's
things.
skipping the process. I might end up falling into a trap.
In fact, they actually lost their money.
Okay.
They lost their money. So what can people really begin to do, looking at the real estate space? What are the best practice to not lose money to scammers and scoundrels in the sector?
Number one, due diligence.
Yes.
Due diligence is very essential in the real estate sector.
What does due diligence contain? Like
it contains following the right process. The right process.
Yes.
Which is getting the lawyer.
Okay.
Going for a search at AGIS, which is Abuja Geographical Information System.
Yes.
They are like the gatekeepers of land in Abuja.
Yes.
Then AGIS, then going to the court also to make sure the land you're actually purchasing is not under contest.
Wow.
It's very essential to do that also. So, but basically, make sure you get a lawyer.
Yeah.
To document the process and every single thing you need.
Yeah. In fact, I will just add that don't go and look for a lawyer that is dealing with police matter.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go and look for because sometimes people pick the wrong lawyer for the right assignment. Because there are some lawyers that know absolutely nothing about real estate.
Okay, let me add to that. I think a lot of people don't know that they have different lawyers for different field.
Yes.
They just feel the person is a barrister and is a barrister. And that's it. So
that means he knows everything.
He knows everything.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we have specialists in each area.
Yes.
So I think that is very essential.
Yeah. In fact, that we cannot even overemphasize that, because sometimes it's just like when you go to somebody who has cancer now and maybe you are treating cancer with a general practitioner. They have no clue about what that issue is really about.
Yes.
So for you to save yourself, you're in the diaspora, you cannot come to Nigeria to come and start checking things on your own. It's just better, really. You spend that extra 10% or 15%, as the case may be. But at the end of the day, you are sure that you have a genuine property, something that you can go to bed at night over.
Yes.
There used to be this friend of mine who wanted to purchase a property many years ago. I think property was somewhere in Ushafa area of Abuja, and he reached out to me. In fact, he was about to pay the guys. I think he went to the area council. They told him that they could not really give him a very detailed search report.
Okay.
So when he came to me, I was like, okay, I have people that are there. In fact, I learned that in a particular part of that area in Abuja, that there's a man that they take documents to.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. So
this one is almost sounding like jazz, but it's real. Like,
okay,
before you buy, if you buy blindly, you may be buying double allocation. You may be buying a forged document. You might be buying something else apart from what you really intended to buy.
Yes.
So you go to that guy, they say he will fill the paper. Like I know that is sounding strange to you. So he's an area council land, actually.
Okay.
He will fill the paper, he will look at the texture, or he will check many things. So when let's say there is a dispute now, two people are holding the same paper. The guy can easily say, okay, this is the original,
yes,
and this is the fake. Because I think he worked in that area. He was one of the people that did majority of the layouts in all those areas. And some of those areas too, a lot of scammers have entered that area. People are now duplicating documents that are not genuine. and all that. So that might be new information for you. The way you
yes, because I'm actually surprised that just all he does is to check the land document with his hands.
That guy is like the final authority.
Okay.
Even when you go to, even like some of the surveyors that I've had cause to do one or two things with, when you're like, oh, I'm going to area council, they'll be like, you can go, but even after you go, you need to come and see this guy so that you are sure of the documents. But I don't think that is really sustainable.
Yes,
because what if the guy too is now playing games?
It's not.
It's not like he knows that, okay, this is not the one, but he wants to cash out on the other, and he will now start creating confusion in the system.
Those are the issues with local government lands most times in Abuja. Most times, the process of local government land is completely different from what you get from FCDA.
Okay.
So FCDA is the Federal Capital Development Authority.
Okay.
They are the ones with the sole authority over Abuja. So there's a whole lot of difference. Like from what I heard some months back, the minister got some land from local government, about 540 lands in Abuja back from the local government. So what if your land is among those land? What are you going to do at that point?
Wow.
So it's always advisable, not because the local government land is bad, but it's always advisable to go with the land that has FCDA approved on it.
Okay.
Yes, it's actually better and safer.
Okay.
That doesn't mean there are no fake lands from FCDA. But I'm just saying it's actually better.
That means some people have
basically something like what you just said with the local government. We still have those fraudulent guys around too, doing stuff like I know.
But if a fraudulent person comes to the document now, for example, like even if you go to ages, does it change anything?
Yes, they'll give you an information. Like there was this land that we were supposed to get around the airport road. Forgotten the name of that area around the airport road. So I took the document to ages. I gave it to someone. They did a search. They said this land is under contention with about 5 people on it.
Wow.
I was like,
5 different people.
5 different people. I was like, okay, how is it possible that they get 5 people one land? One land. At least ages is supposed to know the rightful owner. He didn't tell me if the land belonged to the person that gave me the document.
Wow.
All I said was it was under contention with about 5 people on it. So I was like, it doesn't make sense to me.
Wow.
If it's 2 people, I will understand, but up to 5.
That's really sad.
So who was allocating this land to them? Those issues that are actually there.
Wow. 5 different people.
Yes.
Laying ownership to one land, and each of them having the document to that land.
Yes.
That's sad. That's really, really sad.
I think those things happened back in the days.
Okay.
Where we have some fraudulent people in the system, probably even working with the government back then.
Yeah.
But I think with this present government, they have stopped all those issues.
So that means Wike is working. That's what you are saying.
Wike is working. Wike is working. That's the fact. Wike is working. So it all depends on how you look at him, but it's actually working. Yeah, that's the fact.
Yeah. I just felt it to be nice, to chip that in.
Yeah,
because
Wike is working.
If you say he's not working, that means you are not really being fair, or maybe maybe like you are blind.
I'm being political.
Yeah.
Fuck this, he's working. He's working.
Yeah. So another thing that I was thinking about, I was just wondering, like, there might be people that are watching this podcast and they are like first time property buyers.
Yes.
Can you give us the A, B, and C for first time property buyers? Like, what are the first things? Maybe like the first 3 things that they need to take into consideration before they purchase a property.
First-time property buyers are actually very difficult people to deal with.
Wow.
Because of the lack
trust
of
issues.
Yes, the lack of experience of the process of how to go about it. So they will ask you questions that will drive you crazy. Sometimes you'll be like, oh boy, what's going on with all these questions? So land, I think there's a difference. So if you're buying from an individual or you're buying from estates.
Yes.
For an estate land, there's a general document.
Okay.
General document. It might be R of O, which is right of occupancy, or C of O.
Yes.
So for estate land, the process is to get the document from the estate, which is just one document. Don't expect each individual to own a document, each person buying.
Okay.
So there should be like a general document.
Okay.
So you take the document and you do your search. Once you confirm your search that this property belongs to so and so,
yes,
you go ahead and make your payment. Once your search is done, you have confirmed everything. Just go ahead and make your payment. It's that simple when
Don't
it comes
be
to
afraid.
estate land. Yes.
Okay.
First, you've done your search at Aegis.
Okay.
That's Abuja Geographical Information System.
Yeah.
The gatekeepers of land in Abuja. You've done that. Then you're sure you've gotten all what you need. Then you just go ahead and make your payment. Then they'll give you your allocation letter for your plot. It's not C of O that are giving you. It's not R of O that are giving you. Just allocation.
Allocation on that general.
Exactly. On that general title document that you own a plot in this land. So that's what you get. Then if it's just land, actually. So when you construct, when you start construction, you're done with your land, then you go and get your own C of O.
Okay, that's possible.
Yes, that's possible. And the C of O is easier to get now once you have your money. Not like how it was back in the days.
Well, that means it's now easy to, if you want to do C of O now, once you, as far as you have your money for it,
you're good to go. Wow. So Wiki, like you said, is working and it made the process actually easy. Wow. So once you have your money, you can get your C of O easily. But when you're buying from a developer, what you're getting is letter of allocation. Okay. That's what you get. Okay. Then when you're done with your construction, you get your C of O. Yes. And the government is actually encouraging people to go and get their C of O. Okay. Reason being that with your C of O document, you can actually use your lands to your house to get a loan.
Okay, that's from the banks now.
Yes, from the banks. And also, you are also making the government to have money because the government actually needs money right now. Okay. So they're encouraging house owners or home owners to go and get their C of O.
More of as a civic duty and responsibility.
Exactly.
You know, because I'm sure when you came in through this Dawaki road, you saw how messed up the road was. So maybe the possibility might just be that if more people are being responsible, you know, government might look the way of Dawaki. But I even want to use this podcast as an avenue to talk to the minister. Like, Minister Wike, you've excelled. In fact, you've outdone yourself. And this is not a scope or a psych or anything. Wike is working. I think the W in Wike means walk.
Wike is working.
So we're kind of reaching out like to Minister Wike to see that, you know, please remember Dawaki. That's just what I want to say. Like, remember the good citizens of Dawaki in Nigeria. Like, we are really calling on the government to see how that, you know, the road infrastructure in Dawaki is really looked into. I feel that Dawaki has as much potential, if not more potential than even Gwarimpa. At least in Gwarimpa, you see street lights, you see a lot. Like, Gwarimpa is like a city on its own. But when you look at Dawaki, for example, Dawaki can also replicate that whole city-like movement, or should I say that whole city boy movement of Gwarimpa. Dawaki can replicate the city boy movement of Gwarimpa if we're able to have that like government intervention here, helping us fixing the roads, clearing up shanties, you know, just making sure that the place is really livable, because there are a lot of very good people here, wonderful Nigerians that live in the city of Dawaki within
and
Abuja.
Homes also.
You understand?
Homes.
It's just like I'm shouting out. We can remember Dawaki. We are laughing, but we really know that if you put your mind to it, there's nothing that Wike has actually said he would do in Abuja that he hasn't done. You know, and there's still much more that we're expecting from him, you know, to make Abuja a truly world-class city. So let Dawaki be on that map of a world-class Abuja. Yeah. So that's for that anyways. Yes. We are almost like getting to the end of this conversation. And two things come to mind. I want to know, one, like your estate now, for example, what is the role that technology is playing, like, to move you from point A to point B? Or is word of mouth still the most perfect? You know, like, this is when you go to Instagram, you see from one real estate ad to another ad to another ad to another ad to another ad. And there's a way Facebook or Instagram does it now. Once you check out one real estate ad, they start showing you several.
The algorithm just picks it up and it just keeps going.
Yeah. So what is the place of tech in real estate right now?
Okay. Tech is actually the future in real estate. You know, prior to now, we have the word of mouth where you send marketers out. They move from one position to another, move from one office to another, being stressed up and all. But after the lockdown due to COVID, a lot changed. Wow. A lot changed. Work from home and all those things. So a lot of people actually understood that, okay, so we can do this via technology.
Yes.
We can do this via Instagram sponsored posts or
Yes.
Facebook sponsored posts.
Are those effective?
Yes, they're actually very effective.
For sure.
Yes, at first they're 100% sure that what you're doing is
Yes.
genuine.
Yes.
It's actually very, very effective. So after that, a lot of people actually understood that, okay, this is the process, or this is how it works.
Yeah.
Let's follow this process. Since then, if you notice, if you work in an organization, you notice that less salespeople are actually coming into the organization.
Your office, yeah.
Unlike before, in a day, you can have up to 5 different people coming in, trying to market their properties for you. But these days, once you carry your phone, you click, you can see whatever you want online. Yeah. So after that, just make sure you do your due diligence. But technology is the future when it comes to real estate.
Yeah. So this information too is also for real estate companies,
Yes.
because I still see some people on the road. Like if I open my car now, the number of papers is a whole lot actually. Yeah. And I just feel that people are making those decisions on their phones more often than not. So that in itself might be a very, very good strategy. So this now takes me to the next generation of realtors.
Okay.
What should they know? Because in Abuja now, it's almost like everybody people that have no business in the real estate space, they are there. They don't even understand anything. They are there. It almost appears like it's necessarily not a regulated space yet. So what would you say to someone out there who really feels like I was born for this, I was born for real estate? What are the first couple of things that you would like them to know?
Number one, just be positive.
Okay.
Once you know you're out for this, make sure you're out for this. Once you believe that you can do this, just go ahead and do this. Don't give up. Sometimes it becomes very, very difficult, especially when you're just kicking off. You go through a lot.
Yes.
Trying to make sales, trying to meet up your target. For those that just kicked off, but just be positive and believe that you can do this. You can do this, and hopefully it will work out for you.
Okay.
Yes.
So there are like bullet points to that question, and the first one is, what is the real job of a broker? What is the job of a real estate broker?
Okay.
Yes.
It's basically to get deals done.
To get deals done.
So basically, they're more like informants in a way.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So they have the information about deals. So
the FBI of
transaction. So they come to the investors and say, we have so and so, and I would like you to key into this. So the investor looks at it and okay, good location, good price.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead. So they go ahead and broker the deal between the landowner and the investor.
All right. Then the second question I'll ask of you borders on trust. So I know that in the lifespan of your sojourn in the real estate space, I can almost say you must have had over 1,000 conversations. Sometimes even in a year, at least you can talk to 1,000 people.
Yes, of course.
So how do you move them to trusting you in one conversation? Because sometimes you may not have the opportunity to talk to somebody more than once before they make up their minds whether they are supposed to do business with you or not. So what are the ingredients of your what do you really pay attention to that moves people in that one conversation to trust the deal that you are bringing to the table?
Okay. I learned that people trust established organizations.
Yeah.
Once they know that you work or you've worked in an established organization,
okay,
so they know that okay, my money is not going to waste.
Okay.
This person is working with so and so, so I can trust this person based on so and so.
So it's not them really trusting you.
It's not just
them
about you.
Trusting
the organization
what is backing you.
Exactly. So once a year, probably you're working with let's just say Brains and Hammers, for example.
Yeah, no, Brains and Hammers. Even
they know that okay,
that one you can transfer money with your eyes closed.
Exactly. So there's that trust that this guy works with so and so place. And once they know that this is the fact, you're good to go. But for starters, it's actually very, very, very difficult. Trust, to gain that trust. Because I won't blame the investors. This they hard-earned money.
Yeah.
So they want to make sure they get what they want and not to be scammed. So that's why that's all those issues actually come into play.
scam. How do you, without praying to God or even doing due diligence, how do you identify a scammer in the real estate space? Like, what is something that once you just see this set of things, you know that this deal is not real?
Okay, once there's drama in getting the document across to you for your search.
Documentation drama.
Exactly. Or once they're scared of you doing your due diligence, you should just know there's something wrong here.
Wow.
Because due diligence is actually very, very essential.
Important, yeah.
Very essential. So I think those two are it.
Okay. Once they are scared. Because I don't even know why somebody would be scared to bring out documentation and all that. Then I had something else that I wanted to mention.
Okay.
Sometimes you see that, let's say somebody wants to sell a property now, especially maybe people who are buying from like individuals. You now realize that you may have spoken to one person. That person speaks to another person. That person speaks to another person. That person speaks to another person. So when you are drawing the rope of the transaction, like you are seeing too many people in a deal.
At a point, you'd be like, what's going on
Because
here?
sometimes that thing also discourages a lot of investors.
Yes.
They're like, why investor is going to meet a broker or a realtor. You go there, you see like 8 able-bodied men, and you are wondering,
Okay.
what's going on here?
There was a time we had a project we were supposed to work on around the Dakibu area. That's Jabi.
Yes.
So we were supposed to have a meeting with the broker, my organization with the broker. Then we were like, okay, let's meet around Jabi. Just get a good hotel where we can just sit out and talk.
Yeah.
When we got there, those guys were like, almost 18 boys came.
Jesus Christ.
I was like, is it that people don't trust each other, that all of you must come?
Wow.
It's just something you just appoint 1 or 2 people to go for the meeting and have a discussion.
Yeah.
So when my boss came in, it was like, no.
We can't do this deal.
We can't do this. So we actually discussed with them to actually understand their perspective.
Yes.
Then we realized that the person that got the information actually spread it among the agents.
Okay.
And told them so is happening. So this one spread. Some might go to somebody that we got the info from.
Wow.
So when that one told the one he got the information
Yes.
from, that someone is interested in this land, that one told the other one, the other one told the other one. So there were just so many. So when it was time for the meeting, rather than allocating
one person to come, everybody now
they all showed up. I was like, this is crazy. And that's how the deal collapsed.
Wow.
Because the process and the guys were just too many for us to deal with.
Wow. That means a lot of deals are collapsing because some brokers have not necessarily been able to organize that particular industry. I feel that a lot of organization is still required, within the real estate space. But my second to the last question, or maybe my third to the last question is, I'm looking at, because you mentioned something around working with a reputable company.
Yes.
That helps you to build, before you even say anything, you're already coming to the table with some level of trust.
Yes.
So I want to find out, is there a relationship between revenue and trust? Because I'm wondering now, I'm like, people that have much of the money, that are really making money now, it appears that what is really helping them is that trust factor. So what is the fastest way? I think the question is, what is the fastest way to build trust?
Okay. First, be reputable.
Okay.
Then be consistent too.
Okay. Does it have anything to do with like beautiful, fair girls on Instagram talking about your brand? Does that help with trust?
In sales, everything works.
Whoa, really?
Everything works. Some guys will not buy from their fellow guy. They will prefer to buy from a lady.
Wow.
Yes. I was in the office once. Though a man came in. He wanted to buy a property. He immediately entered. He saw all the ladies and he saw me standing in one corner. I was like, Oga, just come. I don't want to talk to these girls. Wow. I came to buy one house. I don't want to buy 2. Wow. It was funny. So he ended up talking to me rather than the ladies because he just felt probably if he gets engaged with them, it might lead to something else. I don't know what he was thinking, but based on what he said, that he doesn't want to talk to the ladies, that he prefers to talk to me. Yeah. So I was like, okay, cool, no problem. So that's how I got that
Yeah.
client, because he felt he wanted to talk to me.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there are still some men that will come into the office. It's the ladies that they want to talk to and
Yeah,
make friends
they
with.
don't have that.
So it's all about
They can't build rapport, energy with a man. They feel a
Exactly.
lady may be able to,
Exactly.
may subtly be able to deliver
Yes.
on that
And-
transaction
and-
better.
there's something they always say in sales that opposite attracts.
Yes.
So they will tell you when you see a lady, go and talk to her, that somehow it works.
Yeah.
Somehow it works. So just say it opposite attracts, but the reality that it works.
Wow.
Because I've seen it several times,
Wow.
Seen several times.
This is like a real gem, because that means it will not make sense now for an upcoming brokerage firm to have everybody on the team are just men. Like, it's good to spice things up. That's
having just men
that means you will not make money.
won't work. It won't
Wow.
work. Most times it's more like 60 to 70% ladies,
Whoa.
then 30%
Yeah.
men.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Not because men can't sell, but just that men buy properties more.
From women.
Not from women. They buy properties more compared to women.
Okay.
So it's a different
Okay.
ballgame entirely. So even as a guy, let's just say you have been delegated to sell to women.
Yes.
How many women actually buy? They are buying,
Yeah,
but not as
yeah.
much as the men. As the
are
men,
buying,
you know. So it's easier for a lady to meet a man that is
Yeah.
looking up to buying a property than the guy meeting the lady.
Okay. I think that actually makes a whole lot of sense. So the final thing I would ask of you right now is there a project that you are currently handling that you can share about?
Okay, there's a project at Piakasa right now.
Okay.
I think that's my first personal project.
Okay.
It's actually lands we are selling.
Okay.
It's called Truth Valley
Truth
Estate.
Valley.
Yeah, Truth Valley Estate.
All the documentation, everything has checked out.
Yes,
Okay.
but what we have is RFO.
Okay.
So we're working on getting our C of O,
Okay.
which might be out very soon.
Yeah.
But due to the amount involved,
Yeah.
we are still trying to put it
You
together.
need to pull out the funds.
Exactly, but it's actually on sale
Yeah,
right now.
Yeah.
Yes, actually on
Okay.
sale right now.
So what's like a 500 square meter going for?
Okay, what we
at
have is
Truth Valley?
250 square meter
Okay.
and 350 square meter.
Okay.
The 350 square meter is going for 7 million
Okay.
installments, 5 million outright.
Okay.
Then the 250 square meter is going for 5 million installment,
Okay.
3.5 million outright.
Okay.
Yes.
So what's the potential of that particular estate in terms of what's the projection like? If somebody is buying for maybe land banking or something, is there a real potential?
Okay. Fact is, once you appear around the axis, first you notice that the road is tarred.
Okay. In that Piakasa area?
Yes, in that Piakasa.
Wow.
It was done by Minister Wike, our
Really?
wonderful minister. Like
Wow.
you said, Wike is working.
Yeah.
So the road is tarred. Then we have lots of projects going on right
area.
there. We have lots of billboards also showing that this land belongs to so and so organization.
Yes.
You know, so everybody's just working on their area. So the potential there is something we'll look up to in the next 2 to 3 years.
Okay.
You know, for now it's actually affordable. So I would advise anybody,
Yeah.
if you're interested in getting a property, just go to Piakasa right now. That
Ask for
exists.
Truth Valley Estate.
Truth Valley Estate. You know,
Yeah.
or you can contact us personally.
Yes.
You know, so we'll give you all the information that you need. But that area is growing, is developing right
Yeah.
now.
So finally,
Yes.
the name Truth Valley, like
Yes.
I know your company is called Truth
Construction.
Truth Construction. Like
Yes.
where did that name come from? It looks like a name that comes from conviction. Like that word
Yes.
truth.
Yes. Yes. Because what we are doing is
Yes.
basically the truth.
Yes.
That's just the fact. What we're doing is basically the truth. Everything we tell you, everything we are working on is basically the truth. For the fact that it's the truth, that doesn't mean there will not be lapses. But once there's any lapses, we'll contact you immediately and say, this is what is happening right now, but we are working on resolving it.
Okay.
But fact is, we are the truth
Okay.
when it comes to real estate in
Okay.
Abuja.
So there's only one truth in real estate, and that is Truth Construction.
Yes.
It's really been a pleasure, Paul, for joining us today. I'm really excited.
Thank you
and
so much.
it was like on short notice that
Yeah.
you came here today, and I just want to say a very, very big thank you. Here at Afrivantage, we are really determined to make sure that people have access to all this information so that the investor can be well informed, before they make buying decisions. one of the things that we really want to do is to see how we can help our brothers in the diaspora to make better real estate decisions, especially within the Abuja market. And we hope that we're able to work together, because the goal, of course, is once we're able to channel this, get like funnel of people,
Yes.
we have persons that we can trust, that we can say, okay, you can go to Truth Construction, you can go here and you would not regret it, that kind of a thing. So it's really, really a very, very warm pleasure having you in the studio here today. And I just want to say a very, very big thank you to you. But before you go, if there's any last thing you would just like to share.
Okay. The Abuja real estate market is fast developing. It's fast developing. And Abuja, I'm not sure Abuja is up to 50% developed yet. So there's a lot of potential in Abuja. And the best time to buy property in Abuja is yesterday.
Wow.
So for anyone that is interested, you still have the opportunity to key into Abuja. People are actually buying in hectares right now, not even in square meters anymore. People are buying in hectares, doing land banking.
Wow.
Knowing that in few years' time, that same land that they bought at a certain price might be the biggest investment decision they've ever made.
Wow.
So I'm just calling on anyone that has the finance, investors, come to Abuja and get your properties. Thank you.
Come to Truth Construction. Thank you so very much.
You're
It's a
welcome.
pleasure.